true love is more than concepts and categories and schemes, or even those very words, even classical words. Dear friends, today I want to talk to you about the vocabulary of love in the Bible, and also how I crushed the OpenAI while checking this vocabulary of love. We need to start in 1932, when a Swedish Lutheran theologian, A.Nygren, published a theological study called Agape and Eros. It was in 2 volumes, hundreds of pages. But the essence was rather simple. The Greek word agape, used in the Bible, denotes a benevolent, spiritual, selfless, unconditional, simply sublime affection, while eros is acquisitive, egotistic, sexual, physical, possessive, and base form of love. Then, several decades later, taking a lead from Nygren, an English moralist and regressive orthodoxy writer from Anglican background, C.S.Lewis, expanded this schematic typology into 4 Greek words for love: agape, eros, philia, and storge. Philia being an affection between friends, storge being an affection within a family, and he kept that low sexual meaning for eros and a lofty and sublime meaning for agape. And that's it. This simplistic model took over. It is being repeated over and over and over and over again in Christian circles, in numerous devotionals and homilies and sermons, primarily adulating the sublime nature of agape in contrast with all those other forms, and especially the vulgar eros. It became so widespread and so bad that good Greek dictionaries and biblical commentaries specifically warn against this simplistic view and against such overburdening of words, against postulating strict semantic distinctions when in reality original meanings were more fuzzy, more blurred, their semantic fields more overlapping. The original ancient meaning of agapao was to meet, greet, or treat with affection. In a passive voice, to be regarded with affection. It described love or fondness towards persons, like humans or deities, or philosophical concepts. But it also denoted love, fondness of activities, situations, and even objects. Like, for instance, loving precious stones, loving the present world, or even loving dirty money. And last 2 examples are from the New Testament. I still remember with some delight how my New Testament professor in Prague warned my class against Nygren and Lewis's exaggerations and oversimplifications of these matters. At the end of that lecture, he even shared an anecdote about an ancient Greek graffiti. It was a rude picture combined with a word, agape, and it pointed potential customers to a house of ill repute. You cannot, of course, find it in standard dictionaries, and you will not find that on the internet either. I did not. It might be there somewhere, like a needle in a haystack, but it is overwhelmed by all that production of different articles about the lofty and sublime nature of agape love. So, while searching the internet, I thought, why not to ask an open AI, open artificial intelligence chatbot? And so I registered for it for the first time, and I asked carefully about the meaning of agape and agapao. And it gave me just some those pious banalities. So I guided it deeper by asking questions about archaic alternative meanings. And AI knew about it, but it was like pulling a tooth. And then when I inquired about the archaic meaning of agapao, that system crashed. I never got the opportunity to ask about that ancient Baudi graffiti sign. So that is how I crashed the AI while asking it questions about Greek words for love. And so it goes. Agape is indeed a special Greek word for love. In the Bible and among early Christians, often, but not exclusively, reserved for that higher form of love. Main thing is, we should avoid projecting our own wishful dogmatic concepts and overburdening classical words that could lead to crash like with that AI. Because true love is more than concepts and categories and schemes, or even those very words, even classical words. And that is something worthy to remember about the Bible and its vocabulary, something many resist of knowing about the Bible. This Sunday we will return to the 1 Corinthians 13 and its hymn of love, and we will let not its words, but its scribal mistakes speak to us about God's love.